All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. Today we're just going to be sharing about a technology that basically uses light frequencies to help our body become the best version of ourselves we can be, so that we can all be healthy in a state of vitality. And pretty much every single like bodily function that you can imagine, energy, digestion, the pain relief, all of these amazing things are possible using light frequencies because we are beings of light, literally. Like, and this is starting to be proven scientifically. Also, we used to never study that part, but now we're starting to see that our body's literally emitting light, and this is quite interesting when you take into consideration that now we have access to this technology called the light wave that is able to reflect some of the spectrum of light that we're emitting continuously. Like there's not a point where we're not emitting light. And these patches that you put on either your clothes or your skin, it doesn't have to be on the skin, but what they do is that they have certain microcrystals inside and some other elements that reflect just certain frequencies of this light that's being emitted as infrared light by the body. And it reflects it in such a way that it creates an effect in the body. And this effect can be many things. And the newest one, it's called the X39. And what it does is that it helps the body to create new stem cells, which, I mean, it's phenomenal because these stem cells are basically cells that can be used for any other function. So they're like a cell that can become any kind of cells for the body. So let's say that we have difficulty with our liver, then the stem cells can become liver cells and help us like get back on track with that. So this is what we're going to be discussing here. And I'm really excited about this technology because I feel like it's one of the main things that can help basically change the world. And it's the future of medicine because energy medicine is where we're heading, and this is the cutting edge of that. So I'm gonna give whoever wants to start with to continue on what I said.
Cool. Thanks, Alec. That was awesome. Let's transfer to Carrie. Carrie, can you talk to us about your story with the patches? Because I mean, I'll be honest, none of us probably would be here. I'm not sure with Tammy, and Summer, but I wouldn't be here, and Alec wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you and your persistence. So yeah, talk to us a little bit about your journey with the patches, please.
Okay. Well, I was going through some health groups, and I'm in tons of them because, I used to have chronic fatigue and like a whole list of issues. So Joyce actually made a post about how her hair got thicker with these light therapy things. And I'm like, oh, add me to the group. I was interested. Like, what is this? So I didn't even get into it with the thought that I was going to reverse anything, any of my issues. But that's what ended up happening. And this was in September when I started. And I used to have really bad depression. I was like suicidal, and like everything in my life was like, I was looking at it like everything was wrong and just down in the dumps all the time. And I had like fibro. I would wake up in pain every day. I had a whole list on my Facebook page of issues that I was dealing with. So once I started patching, they slowly, little at a time, my body was getting better and better. So, like literally, all of these issues, like one at a time, just started just going away. Like I used to have heart palpitations. I had like COPD symptoms where I just couldn't breathe. I couldn't grasp for enough air. Like my lungs just did not have a very good ability to take in enough oxygen for me to breathe. And like when I lay down at night, I'd get such bad heart palpitations, I'd have to get up because I felt like I was dying. Like, what's wrong with me? Or is there something seriously wrong with me? Is there something wrong with my heart? I gotta go to a cardiologist or something. But like none of this stuff, I don't have any of these issues anymore, which is amazing for, a little patches. And as you patch, you'll start to realize like which ones help you more, which ones give you more energy based on, your specific needs for your body. But, like the X39, one of the biggest things for that is wound healing. So it can have up to a 90% increase in the speed of wound healing. So like even like diabetic neuropathy, where you'd have these big, huge gashes that you know, it's like untreatable and it doesn't close out. So people are putting X39 on it and it's closing up those wounds for people, which is insane. It's amazing. So the you know, potential of this is just, there's no ceiling.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, we were saying just before everyone joined that stem cell therapy is obviously blowing up mainstream and it's cost loads of money. And Alec made a great point in addition to that and said it's your own that you use with the patches. It's not an artificial source of stem cells. It's just using your own body's stem cells. It's like, it's not even taking in anything artificial. It's just using it's magnifying however it does into your own body's powers, whether that be carnosine glutathione, whether it be stem cells, whether it be ice wave moving. I don't even know how they work, to be honest with you, but yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, did you want to share your story, Summer?
I do, but you're gonna have a crying baby in the middle of it because I'm looking for diaper rash cream.
That's okay.
Unless Tammy wants to go first.
Yeah, let's let Tammy go first.
Okay. I got introduced to the patches through Carrie Ann, of course. I'm in one of her groups or something. And we have another common friend that I've been kind of watching too. And Carrie is the one that actually offered them to me first. So I went to her whenever I was diagnosed with this mesenteric paniculitis, whatever this is. I was in severe, severe pain. And I started talking to Carrie Ann about it, and she said, yeah, these will help with pain. And then she shared her pictures of her eyes with me. And because I'm an iridologist, I was like, there's no way you can get that type of result that quick, you know? And so that piqued my interest quite a bit. I thought, I've got to order these things and just try them. The day that they came in, I stuck the X39 on the site of pain, which is on my left side, lower abdomen area. And that night I felt a little bit better, but then I woke up the next day and I was 50% pain free. And I thought, okay, there's something to this. So I stuck another one on me and I did it every 12 hours. And then I think 3 days after that, I went ahead and bought the gold package so I could get all of them. And then I started using the ice wave. Well, I'm 91% pain free and I no longer take morphine. I got myself completely off the morphine. I did the 5-element protocol detox. I feel amazing. Today's a little bit of a down day and I don't know what's causing that, but
detox maybe, Tammy. Detox.
I'm not real certain, but even my husband said, yeah, you're a little reserved today. So I'm not my cheery, happy self that I normally am, but these patches are amazing. And I also took pictures of my eyes. And today I did a comparison, and it's only been a short 3 weeks, but I can already see a difference in my eyes. So that to me speaks volumes because I've used so many different products through the years, and I've had clients that have also used different products, and none of them have shown the regeneration in the eyes like this product has. So that's my story.
Right.
And I also used the patches on my grandkids this weekend because my 1-year-old granddaughter is teething her upper teeth. So I stuck an Eon on the back of her neck and she was so much better the rest of the day, had a good sleep, you know, she slept all night. And then my grandson, he'll be 3 in December, was a little cranky. So I stuck a happy patch on him. And they both did really well. And then, of course, the daughter-in-law, she came and she says, Mom, I'm real nauseous today. So I think I messaged, and I think Summer's the one that wrote back, stick this on her and stick that on her. And we did. And she was better by about 30 minutes in. And I texted her and she said, hey, I'm a lot better now. I said, awesome. So yeah, they really work. You just got to stick them on people.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like a child's game. You just got to play this game of like, hey little kid, hey kids, put them on here, put them on here, get them on here. And you don't even put them on your body, right? You can just put them on your hat, put them on your clothes, and it's still gonna work. Like
on their clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy power, Tammy. It's unreal when you've been living in pain that much time of your life, and you've tried everything, and nothing changes it that quickly, and you go from like to 50%, then to 90%. Basically, you're saying it's just completely removed your pain. That's actually insane from something that's just like a little tiny thing that we do understand how it works, but at the same time we don't really, because like I mean, we can't make it. I don't have a clue how they're making this technology device, but it's so powerful, and I'm so grateful that Carrie's got me into it too, just like you do, Tammy. Carrie got me into it, and Alec too. So I'm grateful.
So,
Yeah, Summer, go for it.
oh, it unmuted. Okay. I got into this, like I said, for my radiation sickness, and my friend KJ is actually the person who introduced me to it. I didn't know who any of you guys were until Carrie added me to this fire starters chat. And I didn't research. I normally research everything that I do, but I didn't research any of this because I trusted KJ. So I just jumped right into it. I didn't read any testimonials. I didn't do anything. And I took literally my stimulus check that we got for the COVID-19 stuff. I took that and spent that to get both shungite from KJ and to get these patches. And everybody thought I was crazy. My husband thought I was crazy and everything. And I literally got them. And horrible business idea, by the way. Do not spend all of your money and then stick them on everybody. Because I'm out of patches. But I wanted to see how many things they could do. So I literally stuck them on like every single person I know. I've stuck them on my kids. I stuck them on my cat. I stuck them on the VNA nurse that was coming to weigh our son. But so I've had a ton of things going on with everybody around me that I've wanted to heal for a long time. And so much so that I was literally spending almost every amount of money we got on supplements to heal us. And like $800 a month. I was spending more than my rent on supplements alone.
Wow.
And so when I saw this and I read, like what each patch could do or whatever, I told my husband, I said, I can literally stop buying supplements. This would fix everything.
I have.
And yeah, it really has. And I've only spent, I've only spent $400 so far on patches, which is a lot for me, like, because we're really, really broke.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a lot. You must be using a lot of, because they recommend people have 1 patch, 2 patches. I mean, people do more and they get the benefits, but you must have been sticking quite a lot for $400 a month. I'm thinking quite a lot of the time.
I am.
Yeah.
Because I did it weird. So I signed up under KJ, but I couldn't afford to buy any yet because we didn't get our check. So I signed up for the $25 and then I paid the upgrade price later, which I highly recommend. Nobody does that because it's more expensive.
I did it. I know. Yeah, I don't recommend it because you don't make as much money. And yes, but I did it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I got my 1 pack of X39, and my 1 pack of X39 was like gone in like 3 days because I used half of them on my family, and then I gave the rest to everybody else. But I, like out of that, I got a lot of testimonials that I wouldn't have ever believed, like had I just been reading them online. So like my son, my youngest son, he's severely allergic to dairy, eggs, and cats. And I want to get him off antihistamines and all of that stuff that they have them on. Plus, when we started this, we had a horrible CPS case and they were like saying I wasn't feeding him. And it was all because of his medical issues and all this stuff. So I patched him to make him gain weight. And it didn't make him gain a lot of weight, but it made him gain just enough that I actually got my case closed.
Wow.
So that was really amazing to me because he was gaining weight, but very slowly. He has an upper lip tie, a lower lip tie, and a tongue tie. And he struggles to eat out of his bottle at all. And he can't, forget latching, like breastfeeding's out of the question because he can't even handle the bottle. So between that and his allergies, he's had a lot of medical problems. And then he's anaphylactic allergic to eggs and dairy. And then yesterday,
he just said cats as well. He just said
Yeah.
yes.
He is. That was my oldest. He is allergic to cats. He just doesn't react to our cat, which is the weirdest thing in the world. But I posted in LifeWave Team Learning yesterday. My 2-year-old actually fed my youngest, some mayo, and we ended up in the ER last night because he started breaking out in hives.
Oh, okay.
But that's considerably amazing compared to the fact that egg is his worst allergy and dairy is his second worst allergy. And when he fed him dairy a few weeks ago, it was a way worse reaction before I got the patches. And I've been patching him for the weight gain, but the weight gain is also like half of the allergy protocol. So I've been patching him for half of the allergy protocol, and I think it greatly diminished his reaction because we only got a few hives and he didn't stop breathing.
And which patch was he using?
Wow.
X39?
It was X39 at first because that's all I had, and then I bought Aeon, Glutathione, Carnosine, and Ice Wave.
Okay, cool.
And I didn't buy X39, which I later found out was a terrible idea. I need the X39.
Right.
But
also
I used them as best as I could, and that's what I really think has been helping him, and I really think that's what made it so that he didn't stop breathing yesterday.
Right.
What are you going to say, Carrie?
So, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say if he has a tongue tie, and that's a clear sign of MTHFR. So the most important patches for him are going to be the glutathione, the carnosine, and the Aeon. Those are his top ones that he needs for his body.
Oh, okay. See, I was thinking the
the
X39 would
glutathione,
be the most important.
That is also important, but above that is he needs his detox pathways open. So the glutathione will help the detox process.
Okay.
Now, I correct in thinking that glutathione goes under the belly. I mean, that's a very popular place. If you don't know what to do with patches, or the patches will tell you, like, under the belly for glutathione. And yeah, and general protocol for people watching as well. If you're in pain in a particular area of the body, you put the patch on the area that you have the pain, and you try and target. You learn about you ask Joyce in the group, and there's ways around it if you don't know what you're doing with where to put them. But don't do what I did when Carrie gave them, which I put on randomly, and I still got loads of benefits. But you can target the medicine by putting it on the right place of the acupuncture pressure point. So.
I definitely have to back that up. Putting them on randomly is a terrible idea. You still get lots of benefits, but it doesn't help where you want it to help.
Yeah.
That actually, the other part of the biggest part of my testimony is I actually wasn't patching for my eyes at all. I have been in bifocals since first grade. And I wasn't patching for my eyes at all. But because I started with the X39 and most of my pain was in my head from the 5G towers, I had like a bunch of X39 patches all over my head. So it by default actually improved my vision enough that I had to get different glasses.
Really? So the X39 all over your head improved your vision, you're saying?
Yeah, in 7 days.
In 7 days?
I ran out in 7 days. But the first day it helped my headache go away, and then later that night I started having a really bad pain in my eye, and I was like, why isn't this taking it away? I was like really annoyed that it wasn't taking away. Well, it never took the pain away in my eye. The pain in my eye got worse, but then I started noticing when I took off my glasses the pain would get better.
You mean the vision would get better? Yeah.
No, the pain that was in my eye would get better.
Yeah, the pain.
Oh, right.
Just as if like the glasses were causing the pain.
Oh, right. I see.
Right.
Oh.
Because her prescription didn't need to be so strong anymore. So I have heard several other stories of people getting an increase in vision.
That is crazy.
With the X39,
Wow. I didn't even know about the vision thing. I do watch the testimonials. I just not seen and read because there's so much going on in traffic there. I didn't know that the vision, it actually improves. Tammy? I'm getting the names wrong. Summer, that's incredible. The vision going up. That's in 7 days too. That is absolutely insane. Like
the eye doctor thought I was nuts when I told her.
Yeah. Wow. Damn. So what was
Yeah,
it?
that's amazing.
Well, you said that you put a lot of patches on your head. It wasn't just one. It was a couple, like loads of them all over the place. I'll try
Yeah,
this.
like the first 4 patches I put on the day I got them were on my forehead and my neck.
Okay, so 4 on your forehead, and how many on your neck?
No, I had 2 on my forehead. I had them on either side of the pain, and then I had 1 on my neck. And I was already wearing one that KJ sent me on my arm. Hey! You're not both trapped if you would stop playing with things you're not supposed to play with. Michael, move, and Jacob can get out.
Real time TV, guys. Real time. There's no like polished presentation here.
I'm doing a group for my job, so that's why I keep telling you to shush and stop licking my AirPods case.
Welcome to motherhood.
Right. This is what they look like, in case you guys wanted to know.
Oh yeah, hi guys. Hello. Oh, camera shy.
Yeah, does anyone have any questions about anything?
Do you want to open the floor to questions, or do you want to quickly? I don't know if Alex gone, but I would love to. Maybe Alex could do a screen share. Remember the screen share to do a screen share, and we could just read out testimonials.
You want to stand in the corner? You do not take AirPods out of somebody's ear.
We can open up the floor then. I think everyone's. Unless Jay, you want to talk? Jay, you want to?
I'm here.
Alex, so is it okay if you've got any screen shares with us that you can just any? Have you got any screen shares ready?
Yeah, I could actually screen share. I found something earlier that's quite interesting. Let me just make sure that I have it on here. I do. Okay, so just one sec. There we go. So yeah, maybe you could read out this one.
Okay, here. So yeah, Rhonda Walker, Karen Khan. Karen Khan. Okay, I know her. She's quite big. So I don't wake up groggy anymore. Ever since I can remember as a child, I've always been a sleep hog. In other words, if I had the opportunity to sleep 9-10 hours a night, I'd easily do that. After going through medical school and residency and experiencing severe sleep deprivation, I always woke up groggy no matter how much sleep I got. The first night I used X39, I noticed a profound depth of sleep that was new to me. Now, after 7 months of regular use, not only are my old surgical scars completely softened, I noticed that I'm consistently waking up before my alarm. That's almost never happened in the past. In fact, it seems I don't need not 10, 9, or even 8 hours of sleep any longer. I've been waking up each morning alert and ready to go. No more grogginess. Wow, for me, that is a miracle. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's another sleep. Yeah, anything that reduces our time that we need to sleep is obviously an indicator of health, because mainstream will tell you you need 8, 9, 10 hours of sleep. That's for a mainstream person that's not healthy, not look after themselves. But when you go on patches, I'm not surprised that, yeah, with, you know, she can have this profound deep sleep. I think I read a study on the X39. They did one, it was one of the first ones they did, and there was loads of benefits officially documented on the 46 people or something, and one of them was like improved depth of sleep. There was so many going on with it, but if you know something's powerful when you got insomnia and you're not sleeping properly, and all of a sudden you take the patches and like you can sleep for the first time in your life. It's like with you, Tammy, like you said, 90% of pain from being in pain your entire life to going 50-90% is pretty crazy. Same if you like been having insomnia and like you just like, okay, I just wear this patch and now I don't have insomnia anymore. Cool, it's powerful.
But that's
right,
the
and Tammy,
thing.
Tammy went from three pills of morphine a day in 3 weeks to nothing.
Wow.
Just patching.
Whoa.
That's significant. And what Karen said, what Karen said about the scar tissue reduction, that is also been done in clinical studies where people notice the reduction in the visibility of scars. Yeah.
I feel like, and I'm sure you guys agree with me, like this is the future of medicine in terms of addictions. So whether you are addicted to alcohol, and I've been there, addicted to drugs, you've addicted to gambling, you're addicted, Tammy, like to morphine or whatever bad things, we've all got addictions. Even we talked about this last week a little bit, even food, because we've all got addictions to eating wrong foods and too much foods, even if we eat the right foods. So what it does, it curbs hunger. It seems to take away, it seems to tap into your body's maximize out, like so many powerful therapies do, maximize out your body's potential. Therefore you don't need to your mind changes from these bad habits somehow to like, oh, I don't need the morphine, I don't need the drugs, I don't need the alcohol, which is and cigarettes too. And I was thinking for that is like, if you struggling giving up cigarettes, get on the patches and it'll kind of make it really easy to give them up. Like,
Well, here's a funny story about the quitting smoking. A friend of mine, I gave them glutathione patches because that's one of the main ones that they say if you're a smoker and you're trying to quit and you really want to quit, put a glutathione on your throat. So after she did that and she tried smoking again, she said it made the cigarette taste like dirt. It was so disgusting because it takes out the tar. It's like detoxing your throat. So,
oh my God, that's the best feedback ever. That's the best feedback cycle. So you don't even want to smoke because it's too disgusting to smoke. It's too disgusting.
It's disgusting. It puts you back to never smoking before. So that's significant.
Yeah,
that's how I felt with the X39 when I started those because I'm really addicted to pop.
Yeah.
And I definitely like whenever I'm wearing a patch, I cannot drink pop. It literally makes me physically sick to drink it.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See, part of it too is that it's elevating your antioxidants and peptides so that your body is getting what it needs. So it's cutting down on what your body is craving and trying to get.
Yeah, it's telling your body, I am enough, right? Oh, Alec, go on, Eric. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Well, no, it's fine. Basically, the way that I see it is that the more vitality we gain through these patches and through the other things that we do in our life, well, obviously, we don't want to lose that, right? So it's like our body is just like, finally, like we're doing something that is actually helping us instead of just putting more crap in. So then you introduce like the idea of putting more crap in the form of like a cigarette or pop or whatever, and then you're just like, why would I do that? Like, I'm healthy right now. I don't want to lose this. I don't want to like undo the good that's already been done through these patches. So I think that this is what it's doing, and also it's like we said before that we're using light, and the crazy thing is that when you touched on this earlier, Harry, there's like so many clinical studies that's been made about these patches that show that this is actually working. It's not just like people's experience. They actually did the double-blind placebo study where a group of people get like a fake patch and another one get the real deal, and the difference between the two groups without them knowing which one they got is tremendous. And then that's how we know that this is not just like some like placebo or make peace or whatever. It's actually doing something for us. And what it's doing is, I mean, it's what they say that it's doing. Like when it comes to the X39, it's making your body create new stem cells. When it comes to the glutathione, it increases the most powerful antioxidant that our body can produce. Basically, it's like, think about that when you like what's oxidation? It's like rust. You're rusting yourself if you're oxidizing. So like antioxidant, it's anti-rusting, anti-aging, every single thing that's bad for us. It's anti that, like
anti-life.
Exactly.
Right, and also talking about that, I was diagnosed with hypothyroid. So glutathione is one of the things that my functional doctor wanted to put me on. So I never did. I tried the shot and I got a horrible reaction from it. And then I tried the liposomal, the drink, and it was really disgusting. So I didn't do that. So when I found the patch, the glutathione patch, I was like, yes, I don't have to take a pill to get the result. And it raises your level, 300% above baseline. I mean, that's significantly higher than normal. And I have not gotten sick a single time ever since I started the glutathione patch. And if I have any kind of scratchiness in my throat, I just stick one right here and it drains it right out within minutes.
Does it make your voice deeper too? I'm gonna think it makes your voice way more deeper in a good way. Like there's no waviness to the voice; it's more pure. Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, because it's clearing you.
But I was gonna say, Jerry, with that, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about how with the Life Wave, it's internal. It's your own glutathione that's being made. Well, if you inject it or drink it, it's something else that had to be extracted beforehand. There had to be some kind of chemical process to get that glutathione. While with the patches, it's literally, this process is your own body who creates it. Your own body knows how to do it. It's been doing it all your life. But now it's basically enhancing the function of your body to create glutathione and X39 and like stem cells and like all the other things that the patches can do. So this is the difference here. It's that this is innate. It's technology that uses the body to heal the body. It's not an outside source. So honestly, I feel like with the way we're gonna go with it in the future, as we go towards being more of who we are, this is how things are gonna happen, because we know that the body can heal itself. Like we've all heard stories of spontaneous remission and things like that. So our body has the ability to do these kinds of things. And with the patches and the other protocols that we're sharing, well, it gives us the ability to do that. It gives us the ability to actually become the best version of ourselves we can be.
Yeah, that's so true and
Yeah.
so powerful. Guys, can I quickly read out the double-blind placebo study I wrote down on X39 because I find it fascinating. Hopefully it won't bore you guys, but yeah, the first study they did on the X39, they found out that there was 17 amino acid changes of significance. That sounds pretty good. Then it's like anti-inflammatory effects changed, massive changes in that. Blood pressure, people that have hot blood pressure that get on X39, massive changes in blood pressure, improved quality of sleep within 24 hours, increased vitality and energy within 7 days, improvement on short-term memory within 7 days, improvement of mid-term memory within 7 days. These are all qualified. Improved muscle relaxation, so great for athletes and people that are stressed, are always so tense. The one I like is improved heart rate variability. So your heart rate variability is really important. You need a high one, so when you're to oscillate properly and not beat consistently, so it improves that. And also increases depth of respiration. Basically, it makes you deep. It makes you breathe. Proved by this, it makes you breathe deep and slow, just like a lot of other therapies that we do that are really powerful do. I find it mind blowing that it can do so many things. And we've got the studies, like Alex said, we've got the double-blind placebo studies. This is not something that's like we're not even going on testimonials. We're going on science and testimonials. So now anyone that gets on this is well ahead of the gun. Like a lot of what we do is like testimonials until the science catches up, but this is one of them where there's been since the beginning science on it. So now we're going with the flow, and we got both. We got so many testimonials every day. It's absolutely overwhelming. If I'm being honest, like that you can spend all day on that. And that's what we're trying to synthesize for you guys. Like what is your problem? What is your issues? And we can work with you guys and tell you your issues and your problems. And for experts like Carrie, who've been in this a long time, and me in the future will know exactly what points and what patches to recommend to people for our experiments, but also from our geekiness, I guess, because we're geeks here. So we'll bring you the top quality knowledge. With that being said, let's open the floor. Alec, if you can unmute everyone. So anyone that wants to ask questions, you've got some time now to ask any of us questions on it.
Alex,
Alec, could you unmute everybody?
Everyone can just like unmute if they want to ask a question. I think it's
sure, yeah, okay.
It's a better way.
Sure.
Yeah.
So does anyone have a question?
I think sorry, I have a question. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was wondering, like we talked a little bit at the beginning about like good ways to like promote and stuff like that. I was thinking that one way to definitely help promote could be the aspect of the current pandemic that we're in, and how glutathione is, proven to help people detox and get better when they're sick and things like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Indeed.
Yeah, we can get that angle. Like COVID's a massive one, and people are whether rightly or wrongly, whatever you believe on it, are in fear of that, and we don't want that fear vibration. So the patches, the glutathione, it takes away stress, I believe, Carrie. Doesn't it take away stress or something, glutathione?
Right. Well, when you're stressed out, when you're under stress, your glutathione levels plummet. Your antioxidants go down. So you need to supplement. So we can't claim that anything cures anything, but we do know what happens in the body when you raise antioxidant levels. You get healthier. You feel better. You have more energy. It is just the fact of the matter that you're giving your body what it needs. So when you're stressed out, your body gets depleted. When you restore the balance to your body, you feel better. Like I had some, scratchiness in my throat when I was stressed out, or, when you get in a fight with somebody, that takes a lot out of you. Or when you're like screaming at your kids or whatever, But you can put a glutathione on your neck and it'll drain it. You could put a X39 over your thyroid to help, that stress level and help your thyroid to regenerate itself, because you're giving it stem cells.
Yeah, that's powerful.
And I found a significant, return on, the level of how my throat just felt so clear and how I could breathe better when I put the X39 over my thyroid and over, the glutathione over right here on my throat, because it's clearing that the blockages.
Yeah, I feel like, I think I read a reader's testimonial today. So it's clearing out a lot of things, blockages, chi, you want to call it, but lymph. So if people understand the lymph system is more powerful than the blood, right? There's more lymph going. It massively clears out. It's a lymph detox. And also you can go further with patches. I think there's Karen Calm lymphatic sweep. So you can really take the lymph. If you're really obsessed with lymph, there's ways you can maximize the fuck out of the patches. But yeah, it takes away the lymph, but also there's a theory of a disease too. So Carrie, you might have had too much mucus as well as lymph. So there's mucus, too much mucus in the throat. I think that's what cigarette smokers have, lung cancer, all these things have mucus. And I think what the patches do, all of them, but maybe some more than others, is they take away the mucus too from the body. Like
it helps it filter.
Yes.
It helps it filter out the toxicity. So when you start moving things, then you start feeling better, because most of the issues we have is because of stagnated energy, stagnated lymph, stagnated blood coagulating. You know, so it clears all these things as it starts to move into your body.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and like I said earlier, to repeat on the results, what I love is like X39 immediately relaxes the body. So everyone's stressed, they got too much tension, and there's levels, because even us that are not stressed, we've still got some tension in our muscles. It's impossible not to remove. But it takes that down a level. And of course, for me, the big one, because I do urine therapy and stuff, is the slowing down of the breath, which I noticed when you, Carrie, gave the X39 straight away. And even though I put it somewhere in the wrong place, I know we shouldn't do that. Oh no, to be fair, you didn't send me, Carrie, the actual, normally when you buy a pack, you get the information. You just sent me the things about so I had an excuse not to put it right. But anyway, as soon as I put it on, I noticed my breath slow down. I was like, damn, this is like urine therapy. What's the difference between this and urine therapy? Not much, because my energy has gone up, my breath slowed down. I loved it. I already did.
Right. See, because they both increase stem cell production in the body. It's just in a different way. So there's different ways to approach and get the same result. It just depends how quickly. Some things work quicker than others, and some things, you know, you can buy a product once, or you can keep buying a product that's instant result.
Yeah, exactly.
Something I would mention too here is that a lot of people aren't aware that we have two systems that are equally important. We've got the blood system, that's the intake, and then our lymph system, that's like the sewage. And so all our cells need to eat, and they need to produce waste, and it needs cleared out from our bodies. So a lot of the sicknesses and illnesses and symptoms that we experience are because the sewage can't get out of our body and our lymph system is backed up. So if these patches, you know, start helping that lymph system move, that really is kind of a catch-all. Like that helps the whole body in general to clear out all sorts of problems. So that's a really great effect from these.
It's a great focus to promote it too, but it's the absolute truth. Like Carrie said, there's stagnation of all kinds of the body, and it just removes every single stagnation below the surface of the skin down to the deepest level of the bone. And there's so many things going on with it that is absolutely crazy and mind-blowing, and I'd love to know exactly how he's making these things. But yeah, it's just me, maybe. I want to know what's going on here. How's he doing this? It's like magic, sci-fi.
This is all about flow.
Yeah.
Like what you're talking, Jay, is really like the idea of flow and how energy needs to be flowing as well as the lymph needs to be flowing. So the lymph is like almost the physical counterpart of what we call energy. And the reason why the lymph is flowing like through the life wave patches, I feel like it's because, well, the life wave patches enable the energy to be flowing in the body, which therefore has the physical counterpart effect of making the lymph flow. That's the way I see it personally.
Yes, 100% agree. By the way, Yasmin, did you want to ask a question? Sorry about the interruptions.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I was going to ask about more. I've just recently had them. I think it's been about a week, so I'm just getting used to working with them. Like I said to you, Harry, I haven't felt anything so obvious, but I do think one night I just felt when I got into bed, there was, you know, when you just feel different. So something felt different. There was either a slightly deeper, there was something I think in my central nervous system, I felt that just calmed a little bit, you know, even though we're going through other things like house selling, so there are new added things on top, but I felt a little shift of something. So my issues really are, I had adrenal fatigue, so it's a lot better than it was before, but I still haven't reached that point that I can get out of bed and feel, oh, I'm ready, you know, to do this and to do that. Yeah. And there seems to be, with me, I've got things to do, but there is, I can't get the motivation going. So I know there's emotional issues, obviously, that stresses and things. I've got case studies to do, things like that. And I just, you know, I know that something can click and you can just feel, it may not be overnight, so I understand that and I want to give it time. So I was just going to really ask what kind of patches would help that. There is still issues like, I think, kidney filtration, because my skin's a little bit dry.
Yeah.
So I know there are some issues there, but that's again the lymphatic system channels opening up. So what I've got is, if these are the right ones, X39
Right.
carnosine, is that how you pronounce it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the glutathione and Alavida.
Alvida, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alavida, yeah. So I'm kind of sharing those with my daughter, who's 16, who's got adrenal fatigue, and she gets very tired. And her issues also, she's got a lot of cracking in her body, where she feels she needs to crack her neck, and that could be, and her back. So that could be what I think from Morse's teachings is maybe connective tissue in her, together with the patches that we've got. So I just wondered if anybody can throw any light on any of those things. Which
Carrie, maybe? Yeah.
So I was diagnosed with adrenal burnout. So I actually was diagnosed by a doctor with adrenal fatigue. She put me on all kinds of pills, and which obviously didn't work.
Yeah.
Because not many of them do.
Yeah.
But what would help if you have adrenal issues is get the energy patches and put them on BL23. You can find that protocol in the group, but that'll help send energy to the adrenals and help your kidneys function better because they're connected. And also, if you put the X39 over the adrenal, it can help regenerate the
Adrenals?
function of the adrenal. Yeah.
For the adrenals, you're pointing to the neck, just to clarify. Carrie.
Yeah.
So,
Also, yes, put it right here,
okay.
and then the energy enhancers on BL23 to get it directly.
Is that BA23 the ones that are on top of the adrenals? Because I know there's a point, I thought it was called,
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember them.
That's on the back.
Yeah.
That's on the back. The energy enhancers, the two.
Yes.
But you can look it up in the LifeWave Team Learning Group. But that'll send energy to the adrenals and the kidneys because they're right on top of each other, and that can help to energize the organs. And also, the Alavida in studies has been shown to increase organ function in a lot of different organs.
Right. Okay. So that's, they're the ones.
So not only does that, so not only does that help with, a deeper quality of sleep, but it also helps to energize the different organ systems of the body.
Right. Okay. So
Yasmin, where have you been using them? Out of interest, where have you been placing them?
So I've been following the booklets. So I've got, I think the X39. Sometimes I do it on the back of the neck, sometimes just under belly button. And what was the other one? Carnosine. What was that now? What were the other spots? I'm trying to remember. There and there. I put one here. I'm trying to remember which was the one that goes on the chest.
I don't know the thymus, right? Generally the thymus area, I guess, for the middle.
Yeah, so I went with the booklet.
Could it have been carnosine on your chest?
Oh, maybe it was. Yeah, that could be the one.
So carnosine is.
Carry on.
Carnosine is a really important one if you have adrenal issues, because that helps with a lot of different things. That is a major antioxidant. So, I mean, I would recommend her to use carnosine as well as the X39 and the energy enhancers. Like, I like to tell everyone to start with a detox protocol.
You froze there, and for a few seconds, so I missed what you said. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'd like to tell everyone to start, if they have a lot of issues, start with a detox protocol, because that can just help balance everything out in the body. It balances the meridians, and it was put together by an acupuncturist. So it is really, really helpful, and it really helps increase the energy in the body, and it just helps everything to start moving. And then from there, I just see what else, people want to focus on, and then you can go from there, go do a search in the LifeWave Team Learning, and you can find, what worked for other people. But yeah, there's some other people in the group that I saw that did put the X39 right here in the middle of the neck, and it did help them feel better with the thyroid issues. And also the energy patches on BL23.
Yeah, also I've heard energy patches on K2, so the middle of one put this. By the way, guys, when you buy energy patches, they come in twos, so you put two on one left side, right side of the body at the same time. So you do use two patches for some of them. But I've heard too the energy patches you put on K2, one on your right foot, your left foot, I think the right foot. That's what David Schmidt does. So I'm telling you what David Schmidt, the owner of the company, the LifeWave company, does for energy. He puts it one on K2, the right on the middle of the foot, the sole of the foot, and the other one on this part.
Right here.
It's K27. Yeah, K27, which is just under the collarbone
Right.
on the other side of.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and he does one
So
right and left.
If you want to get from the beginning to the end of your energy kidney system, put right here, right underneath the collarbone, and then put another set of energy enhancers in the middle of the foot.
Oh, right. So you're saying left, right, on left, right pair, tan and the other color on the foot, and two on this. So you do four. Two
here.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Two here and two at the bottom. You're getting both ends of the kidney meridian, so you're balancing it all throughout, and you're really increasing your energy output.
I like that. We're geeking out here. That's good.
Yeah.
It's geeky.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I'd like to have some more in-depth stuff like that with like different issues, you know. So
yeah, Jay, I'm Carrie knows a lot, but I'm also coming up and I'm obsessed with it. So I'm writing down in my diary so I can help other people with this. So I'll have a lot more knowledge too. But I think all of us are under obligations really to not just to buy them for yourselves, tell your friends and family, and study up and go on the LifeWave Learning Group and search and look at Joyce's post. Look at Joyce as an example of someone that knows everything. You can ask her personal questions. She'll answer you. Where's the best place? But also don't just like do it for yourself. Learn it. Like learn and study this stuff so you can help other people. So when someone else comes to you and you give them the patches and you know they've got asthma, okay, so you know the right patches for them, but you're like, oh, you put them here. You tell them. It's great knowledge to have, and also it ties in with you'll increase your knowledge of acupuncture and the meridian system and your love of the human body too. There's so many reasons to obsess now over the meridian channels and how amazing the human body is. When you start getting into patches, you're really obsessed about how powerful the body is, and I love it. It's amazing.
Right, and it's amazing too because it's the opportunity to learn acupuncture, acupressure. Because the acupressure points, acupuncture is covered by insurance, so it works. So, and acupuncture is based off the meridian system of the body. So this isn't some like woo-woo thing. It's legitimately how your body works, on a bioelectrical and biochemical level.
Yeah.
So if you can just like look up, say, acupressure point or acupoint for thyroid or acupoint for energy, you can literally, and that's what I did when I started. I just would look up the acupoint for however I was feeling that day. And that's how I would patch for the day.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's like, I think Joyce said this when I did a post yesterday or last week, and it's acupuncture, guys, but it's not just acupuncture, it's laser acupuncture. It's more powerful. Joyce is like, it's more powerful. And also I did another post where I said, it's kind of like tap. It's like emotional EFT tapping, when you do the tapping but more powerful. And Joyce like, yeah, it's like tapping on steroids. That's how you got to look at this patches. It's like tapping is like you have to do this and it's kind of okay and powerful and it does make a difference, but this is like way more powerful. You don't have to do anything. You just put a patch on. Woo! I'm doing tapping 24/7. Look at me, EFT champion. And that also, by the way, Carrie, with like your transformation. So some of you guys might not watch. Carrie's made the transformation in terms of, we're all on hero's journeys here, but I mean, when I interviewed you the first time, you were still a beautiful person, but I could see the trauma inside you, definitely. And this is back in October.
Right.
You're only a couple of weeks on the patches. And when I spoke to you and you got me into it 3 weeks ago, we started talking on videos again. It was like, this woman's changed so much. Like, what is it? It's the patches.
Right.
It's the trauma. It removed the trauma. It removed the trauma from your body.
Yeah, and I don't know if you used to see some of my posts, but I would try to delete them after a while. I'd post it because I would have like this emotional outburst where I'd like, feel this anger going through me and about, like my dad or my mom or something. And I don't have that anymore. Like I feel no need to post anything negative about anybody because the trauma has been gone. It's gone. It really did. It moved the trauma through me and I'd like just break down or I'd like have an outburst. And I knew it was the patches. Because, and if you're trying to move trauma out of your system, what worked best was at the bottom of the tailbone, like right above it, or on top of my head underneath the hat. That worked best for me in moving stagnant energy. And yeah, it's amazing.
Was that? Which patch was that?
X39. The X39 for me is what I noticed moved the trauma. It's like as soon as I put it on under my hat, it was like within minutes. I like had like an outburst It was amazing.
That's crazy.
And then I'd break down crying and then just let go. And because that was moving, it was moving the energy through me that was stuck for so long.
Yeah.
So what part of the head and the top of the crown?
Yes, right underneath the middle of my hat. You don't have to put it on your hair. You can put it any direction. So you just stick it on your hat and wear your hat all day.
Right, yeah.
That's another thing we can all do, search on for trauma. I think that's going to be huge. Literally, we are on the future now with the patches, and I think that this underlooked at the idea that it does transform everything, but of course trauma, because trauma is huge. We all got trauma. Like, you're just born in the matrix, you've got trauma, and they've all got different levels, and I've had severe levels just as you did, Carrie, and I'm sure everyone else here did too, like severe, that I've had to do so much work with it. And what we're saying to people is, so you've got severe trauma, and you don't have to have that trauma, and you don't really have to change too much your lifestyle, and I'm not encouraging that. I'm just making a point. This is for the mainstream that won't often change their lifestyle too much. You give them a patch and they've got severe trauma, and all of a sudden, after a couple of months, they're not even the same person anymore. They become a high vibration person, and therefore now they're high vibration. Like Alex said as well, now they're at a level where they don't want to go down. They don't want to go down to their bad habits like before, because the patches have put them on such a high level. They don't even need to go down. Now they stay high, and they get into the lifestyle, and they become like what we call a light worker. Like, because they're a high vibration from a patch they've been wearing for a couple of months without changing anything about their lifestyle apart from wearing a patch. How crazy is that?
Right.
Literally a light worker.
Really amazing.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think it really is incredible, though, just the implication that these things can help with like intangible, non-physical things like, you know, emotions and spiritual.
Yes, yeah.
That's a really big area.
It's huge. And as has been said,
because
we're all going
too,
through.
you know, that changes your personality. So you take some nasty old person, they're nasty because of the trauma that they've experienced. It's their, you know, their imprint. So you're changing the imprint in their bioenergetic field by moving the energy that's stagnated for so long. It's stuck. It can't move. So when you give somebody something that's moving the energy.
Yeah, and they're called the happy patch for a reason. One of them, one's literally, I think, one increased endorphins. Am I correct? Increased the endorphins. The Alvido increased the endorphins.
Yeah, and also the Eon patch, as soon as you put it on, it switches the fight or flight off. It switches the body to parasympathetic mode. You can feel it instantly when you stick it on. You know, drink a glass of water before, because electricity, you know, needs water for conductivity. So, yeah, it's significant. Some of these, you can feel it instantly. I mean, the first time I put on an Alavita patch on my forehead, I was like, ready to just, like, you know, I felt like I was tranquilized. My kids were screaming around me, and I was just like, I'm gonna, you know, like, okay, go ahead, jump around. You know, whereas before I was like, settle down.
Yeah, and now, Carrie, you probably don't even need the patches. I mean, the trauma's actually gone. I mean, it's good to have them, and you're always going to use them. I'm making a point that you won't go back to the old Carrie that even that I knew months ago.
No,
it wasn't that long ago. It's like only cut like October. Like,
no. No, and when you know, once you get the result that you're looking for, then you can find other ways to just naturally increase your vibration and just patch as you need it. You don't have to just like everyday patch with, you know, whatever, all these patches. It's the purpose of it is to get your body back to balance. So once you do get back to balance, you just patch to keep your, you know, keep your vibration high.
Yeah.
So just for maintenance, a lot of people.
Jasmine, yeah.
Sorry, Karen. Yeah, I was just going to say, Karen, I think you mentioned in one of the posts about drinking water. Because whereas I don't drink as much water now because I've been kind of more on the fruit side and not drinking as much water, but then I wasn't eating as much fruit, and I realised that actually I'm not hydrating myself enough, and that may have not helped me, I think, in the first few days.
Maybe. I'm kind of different, I guess, to everyone. I'm a little bit different to everyone here, so I'll just speak my rebel truth.
Yeah.
I also know that fruits have water, for example, and also there's such thing as dry fasting. So, and that's not dehydration. I get triggered. Speaking to someone yesterday I was hanging out with, and when people say dehydration, I don't even know what that word means, because people will say dry fasting is dehydration. And I will add that when Carrie gave me the patches, I found they were really powerful when I dry fasted. So I hear what people are saying, that you need drinking loads of water. But also, I think we talked a little bit before you guys jumped on too, that what people are advising is drinking more water. Also, what people are noticing is it slows down the detox. So it's up to you what you want to do. I feel like sometimes the water actually slows down the detox. Do you want to slow down the detox? If it's me, no, not really. But if it's other people and they're in pain, yes, by all means. So there's a lot of, it's no one set rule, drink more water and you're going to fix this. It's got to feed yourself out.
And if I can add to that, Harry, like a lot of people, when they talk about dehydration, you got to understand that most people like eat a certain diet that is dehydrating by nature. Like, for example, you take salt. Like, I don't know if you ever made sauerkraut, but the way you make sauerkraut is literally you put some, like a teaspoon of salt on some cabbage that was chopped, and then you leave it there for 45 minutes. And the reason why you leave it there is because the salt pulls out all the liquids out of the cabbage in order so that you can just squeeze it so that all the liquid comes out. So it's literally pulling the water out of the cabbage. Like it does that for the vegetable. What do you think it does to you? Like,
right. Yeah.
That's funny because I was just going to mention exactly that. And like the reason why they tell you to drink water is because of the fact that our standard diet is so dehydrating. Like you're eating all these chips and, just salty foods that is sucking the water out of you. So if your skin is dry, that's one of the reasons. And when I did start patching, the first time I dry fasted for 16 hours. So, that's funny.
That's good. That's good.
And then I broke my fast with watermelon juice. I just I put watermelon in my blender and I broke it with watermelon juice. So I had a really good, result from that. But yeah, if you are eating dehydrating foods, then you need to hydrate for sure.
I'm with you. And the mainstream are. So the advice, I'm down with that, is that, drink more water, but just to have that understanding too, that it might slow down the detox. And it depends on what you want. Sometimes detox can be too fast. You want to speed up and slow down. So does that answer your question, Yasmin? A little bit?
Yeah, kind of, because I do dry fasting on and off as well. And I do know that in the end, your body kind of hydrates itself through dry fasting, because I've done it. The longest dry fast I've done is, I think, it was about 3.5 days. And I noticed on that, coming into that 4th day, that the clarity in my eyes and my skin, and it wasn't dry. It was quite the opposite, actually, the glow I got and everything. So I do know that. It's just been a while since I've done that, but I just suddenly thought that if I am taking it, how important would it be with the patches to do that? But
I'd say too, feel it out for yourself. Feel it out for yourself, and let us know. Let us know, because we're always learning here. We're not people that know everything, by all means. So let us know how you're experiencing. I'd love to know if too much water's slowing it down, quickening it up, and keep us informed.
Because also, I think the water, doesn't it? Inflammation needs water, doesn't it, to create inflammation? Is that right? I don't know where I have that.
Yeah, I believe that. From dry fasting seems to, water feeds. I believe that. I don't know if it's true or not. I think Russian doctor that brought dry fast to the world's proved it. But I think.
Like you say, we're all still learning. So I think through experience.
And I mean, if we get into the metaphysical side of it, also like trauma, I mean, it can be held in water, right? Because water holds memory. Like the experience of Dr. Walter shows that. So when we do the dry fast and when we do these kind of things, it's like we're releasing the waters, and that's why, in a sense, when we release these traumas, we start crying, releasing some things through the water. So there's something to that too.
Interesting. Sure. Okay, so we'll open up the floor again to anyone else that wants to ask any questions.
Yeah, questions. It's already been like an hour that we've been talking, so
over an hour.
If we had like some questions, someone.
Another one, if I said okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was just about hair. I just find my hair's become really thin. So is that X39 that was? I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it that one that someone's posted something about hair growth?
Yep. The X39, in all the testimonials that I've seen, people with daily use can start to see a significant difference around day 45. That's when I began to see my greatest, and that's what other people that I've read have also gotten the result around that time.
Right, okay, yeah. So it's that consistency, isn't it?
I mean, you could get a quicker result. I mean, but that is one of the things that they did say in the studies that people notice. Their hair gets thicker, or their gray hair start turning back to original color, or even guys who were balding, like they would start growing more hair, which is insane. But, that has been the experience of some people, and even like people who have gotten chemo and they grew back their whole head of hair after X39. So, everyone's different.
As long as I don't grow a moustache, that'll be fine.
No, you're fine.
So everyone's experience is different, and obviously if you're healthier, you'll have a less significant of a response to it, because you're not going to notice like I was in intense pain and now it's gone. you know, you're already relatively healthy. So, you know, it's going to work on deeper things for you.
It's true. That's a great point, Carrie. Thanks for saying that. Like, yeah, even for me, like I did feel loads of energy, but I mean, I'm not in pain all the time. You ask me, we've done so much work in, and a lot of people watching this, we've done so much work in the communities. We're not going to get that Tammy moment. Is Tammy still with us? Yeah, I don't know if she is, but no. So
right. Or like somebody who has like fibro or something, wakes up in pain every day, you know, with joint pain, and that goes away, and then you're like, you know, one day you just realize, oh, I'm not waking up in pain anymore.
Right.
You know, you tend to forget like what you suffer with, and like I can breathe. You know, the first time I was like, I could take in a whole breath of air and my lungs can fill up themselves. And it was just like, you know, people with COPD symptoms, I had all the COPD symptoms. So it was like chest congestion, and my heart would palpitate all the time, and I'd get dizzy and feel like the room was spinning every time I'd get up. I mean, to not have any of those issues anymore is like so miraculous, to where like the only issue I ever have is like the occasional I'm tired, you know? So it's amazing.
Yeah. I just want to
add, I keep my brain going all day long. I'm constantly like overstimulating myself.
Did the X39 help with the COPD symptoms?
Yes. Yeah, it got rid of the tightness in my chest, and the inability to breathe properly, and the heart palpitations, all of that like went away from me. And that is actually in the studies that they've done, it did help relieve COPD. And you can actually type in COPD in the Lifeway Team Learning Group and see other people's results that they've gotten. You can type in any issue and it'll pull up other people's results. And again, no cure is being made. These are just people's stories that they're sharing of their results that they've gotten.
Where would you recommend putting in the X39s for that kind of stuff?
You could put it right over your chest.
Okay.
You can also put energy enhancers over your chest, and that can help to open up.
And under the feet, like you said earlier, Carrie. Yeah, under the feet too.
Enhance the lungs, right. You can use reflexology points on your feet to you know, to also further it. If you target it to the right acupoint, you can get a better result than just putting it anywhere. And that's what I did with all my issues. Like, say I woke up with like, oh, my chest is tight today. Let me put it to where, you know, on my lungs. Or, you know, my neck hurts today. Let me put a T on, you know, wherever it hurts. You know, because once you get the nervous system and the nerves communicating properly, again, you get that communication and the electricity flowing properly, you get less problems in your body.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, you'll never forget what woke you up in this community. And for me, it was urine therapy. Such a profound shift. I'll always have the memories of what I was like before it, and I drank my urine for the first time. And same for you, Carrie. And like, you literally never forget those when you did the patches, the transformation, and that kind of consciousness will stay with you forever. So thank you so much for bringing it to me. I just want to say I never get tired of thanking you, because it's so true. Like, I wouldn't be doing this. We wouldn't be on them and helping people. And yeah, I know that it's not even about the money. It's actually just about, some people don't want to do change their diet, don't want to do urine therapy, they don't want to drink, they don't have the motivation because it's such low frequency. And this is the service that we offer now, and it's because of you that I'm doing it. So thanks so much. I really mean it.
Wow. Yeah, and honestly, when I got into this, it was not for the money at all. I signed up as a distributor just to get the discount, because I do that for every product that I love. I call and ask if there's a discount, you know, so I'm going to sign up for the discount. And then it just ended up being, you know, I shared it with some people who had all these issues, and I'm like, oh, this could help you. And then the testimonials that came back to me like blew me away. And that's really what motivates me, is to see such a transformation in people's lives. And like my friend KJ, I sent her patches for free because her daughter injured her eye. And I'm like,
did you
hey,
get KJ in it? You got KJ in it?
Yeah, I sent her daughter, I sent her a bunch of patches for her daughter's eye, so she wouldn't have to have surgery, hopefully. And, you know, it ended up being, she put a glutathione on her son, and her son, who's had seizures for 18 months, every time he'd cry, he'd have a seizure. He'd turn blue in the face and have a seizure. And he hasn't had one in 3 months ever since she started patching him. That's what got her into it.
Whoa.
So stuff like that, like literally is life changing, not only for a child, but for a mother. Imagine her quality of life now because her son's not having seizures. I mean, life for mothers is so difficult. If you can make it easier, You know, if you can stick an Eon patch on your kid and they're all of a sudden their nervous system calms down because they're overwired, you know, the quality of life of a mother is significantly improved.
Yeah.
And then the husband's life is better because the wife is in a better mood. So
Right. Yes. What you do affects
around,
everyone.
you know, it really is all around. It's just such a beneficial thing to just have the body in balance and have the fight or flight system turned off and not be in trauma mode all day and stress and lowering the stress.
Yeah, and the future ultimately I envision is this is what's going to happen. Everyone is going to be on this technology. It's going to become more advanced. It's amazing as it is now, but these patches are going to come way more advanced, and what's going to happen is from birth kids are going to have them on every single day for the rest of their life. So think of this, guys. Every single day for the rest of your life, you've got some kind of X39 times 100, because it's not going to be X39 in the future, obviously. It's going to keep getting better and better, although it's crazy now. So from birth, we're going to have kids every single day of their life with these patches. Can you imagine what kind of level of vibration we're talking about here? We're just like every single day for the rest of the
day. I don't even think it's going to be in the form of a patch at some point. Like we're not going to need the patch anymore. That's the thing.
Yeah, probably true.
I think, Rico, you seem to have a question earlier. I think I'm not sure, but did you have a question?
Oh, gosh, what was I saying? I did. We moved on. If I think about it,
anyone else that wants
and
to
ask here's the thing, like, you know, we measure the heart with the EKG, we measure all these things with quantum technology, and we're treating with the old system. So something has to change. We have to get with the program of the quantum treatment and get off of the old method of treatment, because you're literally measuring people and finding what's wrong with them with quantum technology. Why aren't we treating with quantum technology too?
That's right.
For sure.
By the way, guys, I was thinking, I don't know if everyone's up for this and the people watching too. Maybe, Carrie, you can talk a little bit about the business side of it, how this is actually a profitable too, so whilst we are helping people and we do love, but it's also a thing that people can make significant money from too at the same time, and you're one of those people that is making significant money, and I'm starting to make some money too from it, which is pretty cool. So if it's okay for you, could you mind through the process of how it works, just a quick overview of the money scheme, how easy is it, hard, is it complicated? Run us through that.
Sure. Okay, so you know, you can start out just with a $25 package and wait till you get your first person interested, and then before they sign up, you're going to want to upgrade your package to either bronze or higher. If you can afford it, the best value is the diamond pack. Sign up with a diamond if you can afford it, because you get like $400 worth of free product that you can then share with other people, and that also gives you the highest earning cap every month, and you get paid on a higher level. But if you start out with, say, the silver package, that gives you all the patches that you need to get the detox protocol going. So you can experience for yourself what it's like to go through that detox, and then you can explain it to other people, because literally almost everyone has some sort of chronic illness nowadays. So when that is people's reality, they need to detox. And this is one of, literally, I would say, the most powerful detox out there. And when you get people detox and their energy balance, they start to lose their symptoms. You know, it starts improving your quality of life, and quite drastically for some people. And, you know, so if you can only afford the silver package, go for that and get on the detox protocol plus the X39. You can get all of those patches. Now, if you're serious about the business, you want to try every single patch they have. With a gold package or higher, you can get one of each or more of every single patch that they have. So I would recommend that for someone who's really wanting to do the business side of it. And I honestly, I'm just focusing on getting people signed up as distributors, because it can help them so much. Once you have a result, you're going to want to share it with other people, and everyone gets a result. So, you know, share your link, and there you go. You've made your money back with your first sale.
Yeah,
so
like I did. I started on Starter 25, and that was after months of you telling me. I was like, oh, too kind. I'm making every excuse under the sun. I was the Mr. Procrastinator. And I started on Starter, and then I created a curiosity post. So the way that it works is you don't give the game away. It's kind of like a tactic. You don't want to tell people straight away, because then they'll go to other people. And we've got a group that you invite people to, which sells itself too. So it's an inbuilt system of making money where you don't need to do anything whilst changing people's lives and making money. You create a post of like I did, which I just copied off you, Carrie Ann, like ex-military technology, which it is. It was designed by the SEAL for the SEALs. And I said, like, are you interested, about this ex-military? It was 20 years patented. People go, yeah, I'm interested. Cool. Add you to the group. And in this group run by Joyce, there's so many testimonials. It's a secret group. No one can search for it. So you've got to invite them in. And Joyce knows who's invited them in. So when people look at the testimonials, maybe not straight away, but everyone comes buying the patches. Everyone that's on it and wants the high vibration will come buying these patches at some point. And when they do, they'll ask Joyce, they'll reach out and say, hey, I'm interested in the patches. Where do I buy them? To Joyce? And Joyce will just send them back to you because Joyce knows who's been added, invited them to the group. And all you did was invite them after Curiosity Post. You didn't have to do any work. She does it for you. Joyce is an amazing person and she's selling the patches and making us money. And yeah, you just invite people into the group and you can follow up if you want to and really make a business out of it. And you can have people under you, over you, and make actually quite a lot of money whilst helping people. I can't think of anything more amazing. It's a perfect setup, and you don't even need to put that many hours in it. I'm not saying to guys to be lazy. I'm just saying that if you're a busy person, you want to make some side money. Holy crap! Get on this, because I have. My first week, I made $150.
Yeah,
Look, I've done so many things with money, right? I'm trying to save things with money now. I've never made as much money as I made. The first week I made 150. I'm not getting paid yet. That's not a problem. I know I'm going to get it. 150 first week, 250 the second week. Let's see what happens this week and the week after.
It only adds up. It only adds up because as you sign up people under you, they sign up people under them, and under them, you make money off of 3 people under you.
Right.
So it just keeps going, and if these patches work for you, you're going to keep using them. You're going to want to keep using them, and you buy 1 pack a month, which is like $49, and you're active. You're making money off of your downlines. And even if you only buy 1 pack a month, you can make your $50 a week off of just signing people up, and you can just do that. You can just sell enough patches to earn your patches for free if you wanted to do that. So you could literally buy 3-4 packs a month and have it paid for just by sharing a life-changing product for somebody who's going to give them their life back. And really, this is not about the money for me. It just was an additional, source of income, and it just turned into something amazing because it had such an impact on my life, and it's had such an impact on these people that I'm sharing them with. I literally just give them to people and be like, here, try this. Yeah. And they're like, holy crap, I just cleaned my whole house.
Yeah. Like you did with me, you sent me the packs for free. Like this is like X39, it's expensive.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, everybody gets some kind of result, and the sicker somebody is, the more significant you're changing their life. You are literally giving them a higher quality of life. What better career could you possibly want than to help people, better their lives, and they're going to remember that you were the one that helped them in such a great way. So
and I look at it from the evolution of myself. I've always been known as a free therapy guy, and I love free therapies, and I'm always obsessed about the human body and the power to heal itself. And this, to me, is something that you will pay money for, and it's biohacking, I guess, that can transform people's lives. And you work with people wherever they're at. Some people never do urine therapy. Some people never change their diet. Okay, so give them a patch. They will do it. We work with people where they're at. You can make money, change people's lives. Yes, sir, I will do it. And I know there's people that think, okay, now he's selling this stuff, but I don't really care because I'm speaking from my heart. And I'm just like you, Carrie. I'm super passionate about it, and I know it's changing people. I read testimonials every day. I'm writing down the testimonials, guys. I'm such a geek. I'm writing down. I've got a diary now for Life Wave and focus on the business aspect, but also for my own. I want to master the what points are on the body, and just so much self-love for the body. And yeah, all this stuff it's absolutely amazing, and I can't imagine my life out. And I've only been in it 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks.
Right.
That's
and
nice.
it does help you get more, sensitive to the body because it helps you to tune in.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, any last words from anyone?
Last questions, last words?
Yeah. Hey, guys. I've been a little quiet. I put in my order sometime last weekend. I'm excited to get them. I keep checking to see if I get a tracking number to make sure I can start right away. I do have a lot of questions on where to place and whatever. I mean, I'm going to start with a detox since it looks kind of simple. I might start digging through all the information that's out there because, I mean, I really feel like all of these points could be optimized for individuals. Right. I want to make sure that I've always had a hard time, transitioning. I work as an engineer, but I have a hard time transitioning into health and wellness, because I always feel that a lot of the stuff that's out there is not really optimized, efficient. People are not getting bang for their buck, and I always gravitated more to the simpler things. I've done anything from light therapy, magnetic therapy, all these kind of therapies that are out there, and they work for me. And like Harry said, you got to meet people where they are. I have a lot of family from Mexico, and of course they cannot afford some of this more advanced technology, but I think this is within their reach if they're getting a bang for their buck. Because I know that as people start healing like it did for me, all of a sudden life opens up, and you can afford a lot more stuff, and it becomes a very, very beautiful cycle, because life just, again, it starts unfolding, opening up in very beautiful ways, right? So I'm excited to get my patches. I can't wait. Like I said, every day I go to the website just to see if there's a tracking number. I check my email, and as soon as I get them, I'll start sharing my my results.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety, a little bit of depression, a little bit of stress with the lockdown. I'm a very social person, and I feel like I need whatever tool are out there that can help me kind of navigate my day-to-day, because I know I should be putting 40 hours of good work from home, and I'm challenged by what's going on. But I have a feeling, because of what Carrie Ann and Harry shared in that interview, that this is something that, again, because I believe in these other technologies of light and all these electricity, magnetic fields. I have a feeling like, why these things work, even though I might not know it at a very scientific. I just know that the body's has the ability to do a lot of work if we just kind of help it get rid of the stuff that's in the way, right? I call this all this stuff disease is just interference, because when we're born, for the most part, except if we inherit if we come into a really toxic environment, right away you get bombarded by bad food, dirty water, bad air, all that stuff. And to me, it's all about just cleaning this up, and hopefully you go into a maintenance mode, and it's hopefully low maintenance. Right now, for a lot of us, there's a lot of work to do, right? And I'm really happy that I found this group or these patches. Like I mentioned before, it was like 2-3 a.m. when Harry uploaded this video, and like, oh my God!
Ross, was it at the was that at the interview that me and Carrie we did? I put up on Facebook. Was it through? Where did you see it? Through her Facebook?
I got it through YouTube.
Oh, from my YouTube channel.
Yeah. I've been following you for some time. I even have
cool.
one or two of your books, and
cool.
And it was having a really rough night. I don't know if this was Sunday morning or this is about 10 days ago. And I'm having a bad day, and I start watching it. For some reason, it's just like one of those things. Like the universe is already conspiring to send me the stuff that helps me. And I made some detours with stuff, so I'm not a hater of the stuff where I invested my time, but to me, they were just like part of the learning process, right?
Yeah.
And I know Harry does some other therapies. I'm into sacred plant medicine, and it's my thing. But I feel like I can offer a lot of the stuff that I do, because not everybody's at the same level. So I gotta, like an engineer, I gotta approach every little thing differently. It's not a cookie cutter, one size fits all. We have to listen, right? We have to, it's not a guacamole kind of approach, right? You just have to like fine tune, just like anybody who's an expert at anything, right? They develop their craft. They develop a system, and like I said, hopefully this is something that fills like some of the holes that in the stuff that I'm working with, not just personally, but to bring stuff to people, because again, it looks efficient, it looks affordable, and again, I see a group of people here who are already on these patches, and it lights me up. So thank you for that.
It's okay, brother. Yeah, there's no accidents. Like there's never any accidents. You're meant to be exactly where you are, just as we are, promoting them, and you're going to be doing a lot of good work, and you're getting a lot of results, no doubt, with them, and also helping people at your end that you really care about, and that's what's amazing about the patches. So thank you for being open to the information that I shared and we shared today, and the YouTubes, and you're in the right place, my friend. And let us know, and feel free to come every week on here and share your testimonies and learn and share your stories, because it's a free space for us to talk and geek out on the Lifeway patches. So
right, and you're part of the club now, so
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we love seeing regular people, and Yasmin too. We love seeing the same faces, so we can really grow a community of just light workers. And it's great to see visually, like you said, Roz. I feel the same way, by the way. I'm shy, but I need to socialize. I went socializing with a friend. It's kind of naughty yesterday, and saw her in person. But I mean, it made me realize actually how much I enjoy. I still on the high today from yesterday because it made me realize, just like you said, Roz. I'm actually, even though I'm introverted, I need to be around my soul family, and I can't be that. But at the same time, one level above the Facebook world and being inside my room is when I do the Zoom meetings and we talk on Zoom, whether privately or in a group. I feel so much more connected. So yeah, it's amazing. Right.
And
Very
especially
important
to
for us.
like-minded people, you know, like all of us here are all about the higher, you know, higher vibrations and, you know, positive stuff. And yeah.
Definitely.
Indeed. Well, is there anything anyone wants to add before I end the meeting? No, yes. All right. Well, thank you all for joining. I mean, this has been ups and downs in the number of people, but thank you for sticking to the end. And may all of you have a wonderful day. And thank you for being you. That's sometimes we forget to thank ourselves, but yeah, you are appreciated.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Okay, thank
Cheers,
you all.
guys.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.